Okay, here is my mulching modification for the Kubota RCK54-23BX mower deck. So, based on some videos I had seen, the first thing I tried was to just make this blocker here to block off the chute, and that works pretty well. Two things I noticed after I started using it. One was that a lot of leaves and so forth would exit the deck right around in this area in the front, on the front right side while you're mowing. So I added this strip here, which is also part of the mulching setup. If you buy the mulching setup, there's a strip there as well. There's also already one on the other side. So I figured that would be a good thing to add there. I just went ahead and welded it on. It was quicker for me. There are already holes in the deck. You could just as well bolt it on the way the other one is bolted on. Okay, so that's that. The other weakness of this method is that, and I've seen this on some of the other videos too, is over here in this area, a bunch of uncut grass exits the deck around in this area and leaves kind of a hedgerow of grass clippings on the lawn. It's not horrible, but to make the lawn look good, if you want it to look good, then you kind of have to go back over that every time. So it kind of makes you do not quite double work, but you know, you have to run the mower more than you would like to. So I've done this modification and it's pretty rough, but the purpose of this modification is to block off the areas where grass clippings could stay and where they could drop out of the deck without going through the blades first. So let's get this more from the top. So I'm kind of trying to block off all these areas. You know, if you buy the mulching extension, there's a nice curved baffle that comes in through here and blocks that off. I could have also built something like that. My theory here is that, you know, as long as that little dead end spaces like this don't make much difference. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of grass in there, but the main thing is just to block off these big areas where grass clippings could drop out of the deck without going through the blades first, or without going through the blades multiple times. So I've blocked it off up here in the front. This one's a little close. I think it's fine. I've also, you know, that's also why I'm using wood here as opposed to metal. So if something does interfere, you know, it's not going to be catastrophic. This clearance is not, you know, not too different from what it is over here. The guy I bought this deck from had used it on a farm, and I think he had used it to mow fields. So that's why these baffles are all beat up. Okay, so yeah, these are obviously just blocks that are screwed into each other and then screwed into this baffle this plate that I have here to block off the chute. This is bolted onto the deck on the top, and that's the other thing I was trying to achieve here, is that this whole thing is removable. So that way, hopefully if this works well, this way I'll be able to mulch. And when I need to when I have a lot of leaves to pick up, which I do at the peak of fall, then I can take this off and I can attach my yard vac here on the chute. And you know, when the leaves get really heavy, I can use that as well. So that was the other goal here, was not to have a permanent, not to make this permanently a mulching deck. So once I get this flipped back over, I'll show you what the top looks like. And I haven't tried with this modification yet, but once I do that, I will make another video. So here is what this chute block off looks like from the outside. It's just two 2x4s and some 1/8 inch by 2 inch steel straps and some nuts and bolts. So, and it just sits outside of the chute. It doesn't have to go inside or anything like that. I did find a problem. So before, oh, by the way, the chute deflector, the plastic chute deflector on the hinge is not on here right now, but this is designed so that this can go on and off without having to take off that chute deflector. I have it off since I had the deck upside down, things like that. I did mess up a little bit here. So on the inside, where all those blocks are, which are attached to this on the inside, I did make sure to put them so that they were caught underneath the lip in the front, to give it some more stability so it wouldn't, you know, move around and get into the path of the blades, which is good. But it also means that right now I don't have a way to take this on and off, because if I was hoping that I could just swing this out. So normally I could just swing this out and pop this off. I can no longer swing it out because it's caught under that, or caught over that lip. And then I can't move it. I can't just move it straight up because, again, because these blocks inside are holding it in place. So I'm just going to leave it for now. Probably what I'm going to have to do is cut these bolts off just a 1/4 inch or so above here, just enough so I can bend these to pop this off, but still leave enough that I can put a nut there. So I'm not going to bother with that right now because it's mulching season. So I'll just leave this on here like this and use it like this and see what the results are. Well, I decided to just go ahead and take care of this now. So I put the nuts on, cut them off flush, and then I ground them nice and flat. So that should hopefully give me nice clean threads on there. Okay, so here's the test results. So the grass is not quite as long as it was last time, but I took a pass here, and so you can see this dried grass is from last time I mowed without the improvements to the chute. And this path here is where I just mowed, and I can see that there's no buildup of grass on that right side at all. So I think that part definitely worked. And then we'll take a look at what happened going through some leaves. So here I went through some leaves, not too many. Haven't really started to fall yet. And you can see they were a little bit blown to the right, as you'd expect, but there's no real line of chopped up leaves the way there was before. So I think this is going to give us a lot cleaner cut. And then I'll do a video of it mowing to show the what's being ejected from the front there.